Shayla the Artist, and I'm here with Chanel and Trudy. Thank you so much for sitting with me.
Thank you.
Go ahead and please let everyone know who you are, what you do.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Chanel. I'm the founder of Black Moms in the Valley. Also a very active community action member of our SPA 2, so San Fernando and Santa Clarita Valley AIMM team. And I am a certified lactation educator, counselor, so all about helping our mommies reach their breastfeeding goals.
Hi, and I am Trudy, partner of Black Moms in the Valley. And I came along almost, how long was it going on?
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah. But I've been in the group very active for a while, but I like to focus on the educational aspect for the group and providing resources for the moms.
Amazing. So Chanel, I heard you mention how determined you were to find your community when you moved here, right? I want to hear from both of you. What inspired you to just get out here and get everyone together and be a part of this amazing experience?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, when I moved to the Valley, I was almost due with my second. And so I had him September. I was like, okay, I'm 4 months postpartum now. Like, I need to get out. I want to meet people. I'm like a social introvert. So like, I did want to meet people. I wanted to have some brunch friends. I wanted to have some park moms that I can hang out with. And I was like, you know what, because I was looking around and I was in mom groups here in the Valley, but it didn't feel like home to me. It didn't feel like, okay, this is a safe space for me as a Black mom. And I told my husband, I was like, I'm about to find every single Black mom in the Valley, and then I'm going to put them in a group. That's actually how I met Trudy. I met her on Peanut, and I was like, oh, she's a Black mom. Okay. And then I messaged her, and but yeah, I was like, I have this group, Black Moms in the Valley. I started it on Facebook, and the rest is kind of history. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chanel actually messaged me and came on, and we clicked, and then our families clicked, and it was literally, it just felt right. It was supposed to happen. So it was just a match made in heaven. Yeah.
Trudy, the education piece is very important to you, right?
Yes.
What specifically? Expand more on that.
Yeah, I think for me, what's really important is making sure that our children have access to education just like any other child, right? Mm-hmm. And families have the resources that they need to provide that for their children, right? Because there's so many schools, it can be so overwhelming. Do you do private versus public? When do you transition? All of those sort of things feels very overwhelming, and to be able to utilize the resources within our community to kind of help moms decipher that and support each other through that, right, has been very, very close, near and dear to my heart.
Oh, wonderful. What would you say are some of the major misconceptions around Black maternal health?
Yeah.
What is Black maternal health?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, it encompasses so many things. I feel like a misconception around just Black maternal health and probably Black women's health in general is that we're just so strong. Like we can just take it. We're fine. I think, some of that is internal, right? We will tell people like, we're okay. No, I don't need help. I can do that on my own. But then there's that added layer of, inherent bias in the healthcare field. And so you go in and people aren't taking you seriously for whatever reason, whether they think it's because, healthcare providers actually think that we are just tougher, than other racial groups, which is crazy. But there's that. There is, just, I don't know. Oh my God. What do you think? So many things.
Yeah, there's so many things. I think the big thing for me that stems around some of those misconceptions is that, I'm very good at speaking up for myself, and I have a very low pain tolerance. So I'm the first one to raise my hand and be like, I'm in pain. Let's figure this out.
Right.
But it's not enough to just say I'm in pain. You have to have the words. So I think that's what this group does. And that's what these events do. They give you the words, right? Because a lot of times, you may express something and your healthcare provider may not understand. It's almost like you're speaking two different languages. So having the right words around surrounds it, like evens the playing field a little bit. And so I think that when we talk about advocacy, it's very important to say, like, stick up for yourself, but like, what are the words that I use to stick up for myself? And that's what these events provide for me, and I think that's what's very important.
Right, personal experience.
Yeah, it's everything. Right.
Yeah, I'm. This is definitely my community. I've really enjoyed myself today. I'm, as I've probably explained to you both, like my husband and I have been trying to have a baby for 10 years. I'm not a mom yet. I feel like a mom because I have a lot of little ones that I've grown up with and taken care of. When I have my baby, like that will forever be a part of my community, but I'll step into another community and bring them along. My question for you both is what does that mean to you? Do you find you maybe having any events that maybe reach out to women who aren't moms yet, maybe trying to become moms?
That's a really good question.
We haven't. We've definitely been focused on the motherhood experience. I think that is a part of, like, you know, speaks a lot to our journey for sure. We definitely recognize the importance of Black women who, who are interested in Black maternal health, who advocate for Black maternal health. We have partners, like Deanna. She's not a mom, but she's a huge part of our community. Yeah. So we definitely recognize those who are doing the work in this space, and want to create space for them to kind of exist in this world. But we also
did the infant loss. It's not necessarily the same, but it's like somewhat related, right? So you may have wanted to be a mom and you experienced some loss. We definitely have honored those moms in the past too, or those people in the past too. And we welcome them into the community, right? So it's just like, you're here, just like Deanna's here. Like there's a space and a place for everyone here in the community. I think that making that a focus would definitely be good. And I think we can, figure out what that would look like sometime in the future. But
we had a mom who attended that event, or sorry, not a mom. A mom who reached out to me about a friend that she had that was experiencing issues with her fertility, and she attended that event. I don't think that she came up to you and told you who she was. Okay. I don't remember her name, but so we do, definitely welcome women who are maybe wanting to become moms, and they've had their own journey and they have their own story to tell into our spaces when we can. And I think hearing more of these stories and meeting more folks like that helps us kind of, have those conversations.
Navigate
how do we shift? What do we do have
how do we talk to them, right? That's something so traumatic.
Where do we find them? And how do you talk to them? How do you approach them? It's so easy, so to speak, to find moms because we'll see them with their kids. We'll see, they're on peanuts. So we know they're moms or, soon to be mothers. So I think that there's definitely space for that. And I think that AAIMM actually does do some focus around, because if you are trying to have a baby, that is Black maternal health, that's going to matter. We want to make sure that your journey is healthy into that. So there, 100% is space for women.
I appreciate your openness though, because I felt very comfortable in the space. I felt joy. I had an opportunity to speak with other moms and they were telling their stories and I'm listening in oh my goodness, either I can't wait for that or I don't know about that, so I'm
that's so good.
It's been really good, and so anyone that I speak to that's going through a similar journey as myself, I'll let them know that this space exists. Come in, you're welcome. Come with me.
Definitely.
Join the AAIMM
for sure.
Action team.
For sure. My last question for you is, what's next? What are your goals? What do you want to see?
I'm the org. I have a whole I have a whole whiteboard with all of the events, things we want to do, ideas. We're always brainstorming, always talking.
And we're such a match, Virgo and Scorpio, so we work very well together. We do have other events coming up, things that we have in the works. it is a lift sometimes, you know, because we're both moms, we're very busy. So we do, you know, try to pace ourselves, but we do try to hit like key moments of the year. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Black Breastfeeding Week. So there's a lot of things that we will be focusing on this year, but it's very
I was going to say, there's also space in our community for people to organize things. So there may be things that are coming up that we don't even know about because other people are organizing, which we always welcome.
In our group that neither one of us are really a part of, but it runs on its own. And that's the kind of, we want to empower our members to do things like that. Like Trudy and I do not have to lead everything. We're here to support, to elevate things within the space, but we definitely want our moms. There's a whole like park mom group within our group that I was a part of until my son started school, and they're just doing their own thing. You know, so like we want these relationships and all of that to exist like outside of our digital world, and for our members to feel comfortable coming to us and saying like, hey, I'm really into this. Like, can you post this? Can you share it? Can you, you know, highlight it in the group? So
also bringing it back a little bit into the digital world, we also just created a support group for the moms for childcare providers, because that was one of the main topics that we heard repetitive from the moms. Like, where do you find childcare? We need childcare. Everyone wants trusted childcare, right? So we have actually created a support group, a spinoff group that has like any kind of support provider, nanny, childcare, night nurse, doula, all of the things. And that is a way for our moms to connect with childcare providers too. That's one way that we're expanding and growing.
Well, that's so good. I'm very excited to see everything. I will be at the next event or whatever you have here.
So good to hear.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.